Katie, I'm so sorry for your loss, and I thank you for being with us. How are you holding up? How are you holding up?
It comes in waves. It's very surreal. But um, I keep thinking in my head, there's gonna be a time where I've been without my husband longer than I've been with him, and it it hurts a lot.
Yeah. I've reached that point a couple of times in my life, and that's it's a very strange feeling, and I'm sorry that you're going to experience that. Tell me about Jonathan. What was he like? How did you first meet?
We met in college. He was in a fraternity, and we just became really good friends. We would actually go on double dates with like significant others that we had had in college, and he was just always my go-to person. He had a really amazing way of making everyone feel safe, and his smile and his hugs just made you feel really secure. And like around 2011, we were just like, why haven't we been dating each other this entire time? And it just was like, oh, this is why we didn't like each other's exes. So we
That's funny.
we started dating, and I remember him saying to me, he took me to dinner one night and he said, you know, you're my end game. This is it. So
Wow.
I'm in this for good. And he was my best friend, and he was just funny. He was like a really goofy guy, and he was very quiet at times, but he was just, he loved you and he cared about you, you knew it, and there was no way to doubt that. And he was just an infectious person. He just loved everyone and was so pure, so pure.
You created two beautiful children. I mean, you're just looking at your pictures. It's so adorable. What a family.
Yeah, yeah. We make cute babies. Yeah, they're Braden is our son. He is 2.5, and Penelope is 10 months old.
When I know you were able to talk to him on FaceTime for a couple of minutes for some time, but the last 2 days, I know you weren't able to because he would get anxious when the FaceTime call was ending, and because he was coming, you thought he was going to come off the ventilator, that you didn't want to make him anxious. That you got that call at night, and I mean, I can't imagine getting that call at 2 a.m. You knew
Yeah.
something had happened?
They had always said with the hospital, if you don't hear from us, it's a good thing. And they would give us daily updates. And of course, you could always call and check in. And I would call multiple times a day, and I would FaceTime. And he was, as this last week had progressed, was being taken off the sedatives more and more. So he was much more alert, and he could nod his head yes and no and point, and was able to answer my yes and no questions. And Tuesday they trialed him off the ventilator, in the sense that they took the pressure away. So he was really just breathing on his own. And the idea was Wednesday morning he would go off the oxygen part of it, trial it for the day, and then I was told Thursday or Friday he would be off the ventilator completely. And I spoke with the nurse Tuesday at 9 o'clock, and she said he did fantastic, and he did tired at the end, and that they gave him a little bit of a sedative to sleep. And I asked if I should FaceTime him or let him rest, and she said, you know what, why don't we let him rest, and I'll tell him you called, and if he wakes up, I'll call you. But just didn't want to set him off. And 2:04 Wednesday morning, I woke up to my phone ringing, and it was the hospital. And before I even answered it, I just said, oh God.
He wrote a note that he left in his phone, and part of it reads, I love you guys with all my heart, and you've given me the best life I could have ever asked for. Wait. And sorry.
It's okay. Jonathan's good with his words, huh?
Yeah. Do you have friends and family around you?
I've been able to have, because my kids tested positive and I was never tested, but they said it was safe to assume that I was positive because my entire family was. We've been able to have people come and help us as long as they wear masks and gloves, and they've just helped with the kids greatly because the last 2 days have been really hard, and I'm really trying, but I don't think I'm doing as good of a job as I wish I could.
Yeah. I mean, obviously your kids are so young; they don't really know what's gone on.
No, I think that's the double-edged sword in it. I'm glad that they're so happy and they're loving and getting played with, and I think it's so much fun. But it's also, they don't know that they are lost the greatest human being, and they'll only ever know their dad through pictures and memories and videos and this note. And to me, I feel like that's the worst part of this, is that they won't feel the love that I felt for the past 10 years with my husband. They'll know about it, but they can't say, like, I remember feeling that. And anyone who's never had the feeling of Jonathan loving them has seriously missed out. And it breaks my heart. And I know he was so scared to miss out on them growing up. And that's one of the hardest things too, is I know he didn't want this, and I know he didn't go feeling like he had done everything he needed to do. I know he left feeling scared and not wanting to go.
I can tell you my dad died when I was a little kid, and I know he really tried not to die because he didn't want to leave my brother and I and not have us know him. The only thing I can tell you is that they will know him through you, and the love you have for him, they will feel like they know him because I know you'll tell stories about him as they grow up and for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, my daughter, my husband for my birthday this year made me a photo blanket, and my daughter every night unprompted crawls over to her dad's picture and just like starts hitting it because she just likes his picture. And the night my husband, the night prior to my husband passing, my son got his adaptive communication device, and his speech teacher, who was amazing, made a tab that was so he could speak specifically to my husband when we could FaceTime him. And I sent a video to the hospital, and it's my son touching. I asked him, "What do you want to say to Dad?" And he hit, "My dad's my best friend." And that's the last video the nurse showed my husband before he went into cardiac arrest.
Well, Katie, I say I'm so sorry for your loss. Seems so small, but I think there are a lot of people who are praying for you and thinking about you, and whose hearts are breaking with you. And I wish you peace and strength in the days ahead.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for telling my husband's story. It means a lot to us and him.
Katie Coelho, thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to let you know a GoFundMe site has been set up for Katie's family. It's gofundme.com/FVBE3B-COVID-19-relief. You can see the address on your screen there. They would certainly appreciate anything you could do for them.